안녕하세요. Essential Korean K-쌤입니다. In today's episode, I want to cover a few very Korean verbs that are used when describing how to make some iconic Korean foods. The topic for this episode was actually inspired by the posts of Laura and Dan, two Essential Korean members, who recently posted pictures of 동치미, a type of kimchi, and 오이 kimchi, cucumber kimchi, that they made themselves. I also ended up discussing this topic in this week's K-Culture class, where our interest in making Korean dishes led us to discuss the different verbs used to describe making different types of food. I'm excited to introduce and share 5 of these very Korean verbs with you, and I hope you are too. I also have a special announcement for you that you can look forward to at the end of the episode. Are you ready? Let's get started. Let's start with kimchi, perhaps the most iconic staple in Korean cuisine. A quick primer for those who don't know the actual ingredients of kimchi. It's a traditional fermented side dish made from salted vegetables, most commonly Napa cabbage and Korean radishes, with chili pepper, garlic, ginger, and a complex mix of seasonings. It's far more than just an accompaniment to meals. It's an integral part of Korean culture and Korean family traditions. Imagine you have Korean colleagues at work and you wonder if they make kimchi themselves. How would you ask the question? You could say, 김치 만들어요? Or 김치 만드세요? Literally meaning, do you make kimchi? Both 만들어요 and 만드세요 are derived from the verb 만들다, which means to make. And the difference between them is in the speech level. 만들어요 is the neutral form, and 만드세요 is the honorific form. Saying 김치 만들어요 would be correct, but there's another way of asking that could really get to the heart of actually making kimchi and would make you sound very Korean. This verb is 담그다, which can be directly translated as to make, to dip, to souse, etc. So with this, let's rephrase the previous question and ask your colleague again if they make kimchi. Can you try it? You are correct and sound very Korean if you said 김치 담궈요? Or 김치 담그세요? To ask if they make their own kimchi. The verb 담그다 nudges us to conjure up the extensive process of kimchi making. The choice of the word 담그다 captures the essence of this intricate process where the vegetables are not merely prepared but are transformed by fermentation over time. In this context, the verb 담그다 is more preferred over 만들다, which simply means to make. If you asked me the question, to my regret, I have to say, 아니요, 저는 김치 안 담궈요. No, I don't make kimchi. 김치 사 먹어요. I buy and eat kimchi. While many households still carry on the tradition of making their own kimchi, the reality of modern life means that many also purchase ready-made kimchi from stores. The scope of 담그다, however, isn't confined solely to kimchi. The verb extends its reach to other traditional Korean food items too, such as 고추장, hot pepper paste, 된장, bean paste, and 간장, soy sauce. Let's say your grandmother has a secret recipe for making 고추장, 된장, and 간장. You would describe her action of making these using the verb 담그다, as in 우리 할머니는 아직도 고추장 담그세요. Meaning, my grandmother still makes hot pepper paste, or my grandmother still 담그다 hot pepper paste. For bean paste, you would say 우리 할머니는 된장도 담그세요. To mean our grandmother, 우리 할머니, followed by the particle는 담그다, bean paste as well. For her making of soy sauce, you would say 그리고 간장도 담그세요. To mean and she makes soy sauce as well. Note the honorific speech level with 담그세요 as we are referring to what our grandmother does and we wish to show respect. Further expanding the scope of 담그다, we find its use when referring to the making of pickled items like cucumber pickles, 오이지, and Korean wines like 막걸리, a type of Korean rice wine, and 매실주, plum wines. Once again, these usages hint at the broader role of 담그다 when it comes to food items that require a fermentation process. Before we move to the next dish, let's practice saying that Laura makes 동치미, a type of kimchi, and then makes 오이 김치, cucumber kimchi in Korean. Please repeat after me. I'll lead you with English before Korean in the first round. As for Laura, 로라 씨는 동치미, a type of kimchi, 동치미, make, 담궈요, and 그리고 as for Dan, Dan 씨는 cucumber 김치, 오이 김치, make, 담궈요. 로라 씨는 동치미 담궈요. 그리고 댄 씨는 오이김치 담궈요. 로라 씨는 동치미 담궈요. 그리고 댄 씨는 오이김치 담궈요. Now we're gonna say the two sentences at once. 로라 씨는 동치미 담궈요. 그리고 댄 씨는 오이김치 담궈요. Very nice. Now that we have kimchi on the table, what about we go the full way and make a simple and healthy meal together? I remember back in my college years, a simple homemade meal was what I wanted before anything when I came home on school breaks. My mom would ask me, 뭐 해줄까? Speaking in, of course, 반말, where 뭐 means what, 해, which means do, followed by 줄까 would mean should I do for you. Putting it all together, 뭐 해줄까 would mean what should I do for you. But of course, in this given context, she was asking what food I wanted her to prepare. She would share a few ideas she had in the form of questions. 찌개 끓일까? 나무 무칠까? Where she was asking if she should boil 찌개 for me or if she should prepare 나물, vegetable side dishes for me. 찌개 끓일까? Should I boil stew? 나물 무칠까? Should I prepare 나물? Those of you who know something about Korean dishes recognize 찌개, Korean stew, right? On the other hand, 나물 refers to edible grass or leaves that are made into beloved Korean side dishes, 반찬. When she asked me if she should make 찌개 and 나물, she hardly used the verb 만들다, which means to make. For 찌개, as many if not most Koreans do, she used the verb 끓이다, which means to boil. But in the context of making 찌개, the verb 끓이다 carries a specific connotation of simmering or stewing the 찌개 over a low heat for a prolonged period. In the case of making 나물 side dishes, she also would not use the verb 만들다, but use the verb 무치다, which means, as the National Dictionary states, to combine edible grass or leaves with various seasonings together and mix them evenly. Because I liked 나물, my mom would prepare a few 나물 side dishes or 나물 반찬, which include what you are probably familiar with, like 콩나물, bean sprout, 시금치, spinach, as well as ones that you are probably are not so familiar with, like 취나물, 냉이, and 미나리. Well, actually, those that remember the movie Minari, the 2020 movie that earned 6 Academy Awards nominations and had the Korean actress Yoon Yeojung win the Supporting Actress Award, definitely will know Minari. In Korean, one type of 나물 which we make into a side dish by the action of 무치다 involves adding various seasonings to 나물 and mixing them well. If I say 미나리 무쳐요, you'll know what I'm doing. Mixing very lightly boiled 미나리 with seasoning being, in this case, a pinch of salt, red pepper powder, sesame oil, minced garlic, and a hint of soy sauce. Imagine you are making 나물 side dishes or 나물 반찬 with spinach, 시금치, and 미나리 or 미나리 as Koreans would pronounce. Now, tell me what you're doing. We'll cheat here by you repeating after me to say just that. I'll lead you with English in the first round. As for I, 저는 spinach and 미나리, 시금치하고 미나리 make, 무쳐요. 저는 시금치하고 미나리 무쳐요. 저는 시금치하고 미나리 무쳐요. Excellent job. You are cooking in a very Korean way by 담그다 and 무치다, not just 만들다. What else would I want for a simple meal? The next item would be undoubtedly kim. Kim is roasted dry seaweed seasoned with salt and lightly oiled. These days, if you go to a Korean market, you may be overwhelmed by the many brands of kim. However, there was a time when people did the seasoning themselves and applied oil to sheets of dried seaweed, roasting them on a flat pan at home. I remember doing this with my mother when I was a child, watching flat and damp sheets of kim transforming into crispy and delicate sheets. And as we piled one roasted sheet on top of another, they would make a high pile to be cut into 8 sections and stored away. This preparation is described with the verb 굽다, which means to roast, which is used to describe meat grilling as well. 김 굽다 means to roast dried seaweed, and I would say 김 구워요 to mean I roast dried seaweed. Now, I'm thinking back to my college days again. I can imagine myself having come home and my mom telling me about what dishes she had prepared for me. For Kim, she would tell me, 김은 구워놨다, where 김은 means, as for Kim, 구워놨다 means I roasted in advance. 김은 구워놨다. For my mother, I see that was her love language. These days, I don't know anyone or any household that prepares kim at home. I'm sure there are, but none of my friends do, at least. We all buy kim at the market. 김은 마트에서 사요. As for kim, we buy them at the market. 김은 그냥 마트에서 사요. We just buy kim at the market. But let us imagine we are preparing the dried kim to serve with other dishes by roasting them. Repeat after me. As for I, 저는 dried seaweed also, 김도 roast, 구워요. 저는 김도 구워요. 저는 김도 구워요. So, what do we have on the table for a simple Korean meal so far? Let's check. 김치 있어요. We have kimchi. 그리고 찌개 있어요. And we have a stew. 그리고 나물 반찬도 있어요. And we also have 나물 side dishes. 그리고 김도 있어요. And we also have dried roasted seaweed. By the way, those of you who remember the episode on the co-verbal conjunctive can try combining these sentences into one. There can be a few different versions, but here's mine. 김치 있고, 찌개 있고, 나물 반찬도 있고, 김도 있어요. We have kimchi and have stew and also have 나물 side dishes and also have dried roasted seaweed. Now repeat after me to say what we have for a meal. One clause at a time. We have kimchi and 김치 있고 have stew and 찌개 있고 have 나물 side dishes also and 나물 반찬도 있고 have dried seaweed as well. 김도 있어요. 김치 있고 찌개 있고 나물 반찬도 있고 김도 있어요. 김치 있고 찌개 있고 나물 반찬도 있고 김도 있어요. 김치 있고 찌개 있고 나물 반찬도 있고 김도 있어요. Now here's a bonus sentence. If you want to sound more like a native speaker, you can pronounce 고 as 구, as many Koreans do. Repeat after me. 김치 있고 찌개 있고 나물 반찬도 있고 김도 있어요. Very nice. Aren't we missing something though? Right, the rice. We need pap. Pap is translated as rice, but strictly speaking, it refers to cooked rice. Uncooked rice is called 쌀. We need to make 쌀 into pap. And there is a verb to describe the making of 쌀 into pap. Koreans don't say 밥 만들어요, make rice. They say 밥 지어요, which literally means build rice. Or 밥 해요, literally means do rice. The meal with kimchi, 찌개, 나물 반찬, and kim won't be complete without a bowl of rice. And that means we have to 밥 지어요 or 밥 해요, describing the action of cooking rice. So, let's finish preparing the meal by cooking rice. Repeat after me. As for I, 저는 rice, 밥, make, 지어요. 저는 밥 지어요. 저는 밥 지어요. I hope you enjoyed the simple and healthy meal which consists of 김치, 찌개, 나물 반찬, 김, with a bowl or two of rice. I have one more food item to share with you today, paired with two more verbs. 김밥, Korean seaweed rice rolls. If you made a lot of 나물 반찬 and rice, what are you going to do with the leftover? If you get a few sheets of dried seaweed, kim, in the pre-roast stage, and if you have a can of tuna or spam in your pantry, or ground beef and eggs in your fridge, you are set to make your own kimbap. On a sheet of kim, spread rice, and on the bed of rice, line up the ingredients you have as leftover or freshly prepared just for your kimbap. Besides the few basic traditional ingredients such as spinach, 시금치, carrots, 당근, and yellow marinated radish, 단무지, which will nicely color coordinate as green, orange, and yellow, you can add anything. By the way, speaking of color coordination, I have to mention the photo shared by our very own member, Esther, who made kimbap and posted a photo of it. I was so impressed by the color coordination that she created with different ingredients. It really looked like it was made by a professional kimbap maker. If you are curious about these photos and the dishes, please visit our website. All right, back to the bed of rice on kim with a few basic ingredients lined up. If you so choose, you can add 불고기 that's left over from a meal at a Korean restaurant, or spam that's been sitting in your pantry for a while, or canned tuna. Whatever you add will be the name of the kimbap. If you add 불고기, it will be 불고기 kimbap. If you add spam, your kimbap is spam kimbap. And if you add canned tuna, it's tuna kimbap. In fact, these are some of the choices you will see on the menu of any given kimbap vendor in Korea. Imagine yourself in the middle of making kimbap. If I called you now and asked you what you're up to, what would you say? Yes, you can say 김밥 만들어요, which literally means I'm making kimbap. 김밥 만들어요 with the verb 만들어요, make, is fine, but there are actually two other verbs that are more frequently used to describe the action of making kimbap. 싸다, which means to wrap, and 말다, which means to roll. So instead of saying 김밥 만들어요, you can say 김밥 싸요. I'm wrapping kimbap. Or 김밥 말아요. I'm rolling kimbap. To tell me you are making kimbap. If I hear the word 싸다 paired with kimbap, then I imagine people wrapping carefully a sheet of kim with rice and packing all the ingredients. If I hear the word 김밥 말다, where the verb 말다 literally means to roll, I imagine the makings of kimbap into a cylindrical shape, the final form of kimbap before you cut it. Once you cut it into pieces and plate the kimbap, you will see all the pretty colors of different veggies and the type of meat or any other non-basic vegetables that you've chosen to add, which now will be used to name your kimbap. I'm going to call you and ask what you're doing. 지금 뭐 해요? 지금, now, 뭐, what, 해요, do. 지금 뭐 해요? What are you doing now? Tell me that you are making kimbap using one of the new verbs you learned beside 만들다 or 만들어요. Please repeat after me. Now, 지금 김밥 make 싸요. 지금 김밥 싸요. 지금 김밥 싸요. Or now 지금 김밥 make 말아요, which is pronounced 말아요. 지금 김밥 말아요. 지금 김밥 말아요. Excellent job. I'm sure your kimbap tastes as good as your sentence sounds. Let's review all the verbs that we covered, all having to do with making Korean dishes. For kimchi, we use the verb 담그다, which means to make or to soak. And to say I make kimchi, you would say 김치 담궈요. Imagine yourself making kimchi and repeat after me. 김치 담궈요. For 찌개, Korean stew, we use the verb 끓이다, which means to boil. To say I make 찌개, you will say 찌개 끓여요. Imagine yourself making a 찌개 and repeat after me. 찌개 끓여요. For 나물, edible Korean grass or leaves, we use the verb 무치다, which means to mix them with various seasonings. And to say I prepared 나물 side dishes, you would say 나물 무쳐요. Now imagine yourself preparing 나물 반찬 and repeat after me. 나물 무쳐요. For dried seaweed, 김, we use the verb 굽다, which means to roast. And to say I roast 김, you would say 김 구워요. Imagine yourself roasting sheets of slightly oiled and salted dry seaweed in the traditional way and repeat after me. 김 구워요. 김 구워요. For rice, 밥, we use the verb 짓다 or 하다, which means to build and to do respectively. To say I cook rice, you would say 밥 지어요 or 밥 해요. Imagine yourself making rice and repeat after me. 밥 지어요 or 밥 해요. Last but not least, for kimbap, rice rolled in seaweed, one of Korea's favorite portable food, we use the verb 싸다 to wrap or 말다 to roll. To say I make kimbap, you would say 김밥 싸요 or 김밥 말아요. Imagine yourself making kimbap and repeat after me. 김밥 싸요 or 김밥 말아요. Great job, everyone. We've now made and can enjoy our meal. 수고했어요. If you want to view what other EK listeners are making or share your own comments on anything K-culture related, be sure to check out the Essential Korean website. Actually, the announcement for this episode is that we've had a major update to the layout and structure of our website, and you'll find the learning process to be a lot more integrated with other Korean learners. You'll find member introductions, EK challenges, weekly study sessions on the website, and much more. If you are interested in getting started, consider becoming an entry or premium member and signing up for our summer cohort, which actually starts on Monday, July 17th, Korea time. It's a 2-week introduction to the Essential Korean space, and you will meet others you can continue to study with. The best part is that membership is a weekly pass, so just try and see if the space is right for you, and you can choose to continue afterwards. I hope to see you all in the new Essential Korean space. For now though, I'll see you in the next episode. Eat healthy and stay healthy, everyone. 고맙습니다. 안녕히 계세요.